Well, everyone, welcome back to our recap of the Breeders' Cup Challenge Series, and what an important weekend of racing we have. Starting on the East Coast, one of the most celebrated races for two-year-olds, also a win and you're in for the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. Of course, I'm talking about the Grade 1 Champagne. And this year, run at Aqueduct. The whole Belmont meet, of course, has been moved to Aqueduct since the construction of the new tunnel going in at Old Big Sandy. But it was a talented runner from the Chad Brown barn who would get the money in the end.
Gulfport on the outside, verifying down towards the rail. 3/4 in 1:11 and 4. Andiamo a Firenze challenged on the inside by verifying, on the outside by Gulfport. And here comes Blazing Sevens out in the middle of the track as they come down for the 16th pole. Here is Blazing Sevens, verifying is there, and Gulfport. But is Blazing Sevens to pull off the upset in the Grade 1 Champagne.
Blazing Sevens for Rodeo Creek Racing LLC and jockey Flavian Pratt bring another one to the biggest Friday of racing for Chad Brown and his dynamic stable. Keeping it in New York, we have the Miss Grillo as the two-year-old fillies took center stage. Irad Ortiz and Shug McGahee had a big chance with a very talented juvenile.
Off the turn and into the stretch, Pleasant Passage and Free Look, and the two of them are right together as they come down for the 8th pole. It is Pleasant Passage on the inside with a half-length lead over Free Look, and the two of them will fight it out to the finish. Pleasant Passage has been in front right from the start, and she is gonna win the Miss Grillo in front-running fashion.
Pleasant Passage punches her ticket to the juvenile fillies turf. Owned by Emery Hamilton, Shug McGahee's done an expert job getting this one ready, and Irad Ortiz will have some decisions to make come the first weekend in November. Shifting gears to Louisville, Kentucky at Churchill Downs under the Twin Spires, we had a win and you're in for the Big Ass Fans Dirt Mile. We had a talented runner from the Todd Fincher barn who was very promising, making his way poster. Let's see how this one turned out.
Beaker's corner is toiling down inside. He's out of it. They're off the turn. Senor Buscador takes the lead. Senor Buscador in front, 1 furlong to go. Injunctions trying to re-rally. Free Technique is there. Shirley Furious fights on toward the rail. Final 16th. Senor Buscador trying to fend off an oncoming Injunction. Senor Buscador digs down to win.
Senor Buscador with the victory under Francisco Arrieta, owned by Joe Peacock Jr., punching his ticket to the Big Ass Fans Dirt Mile. Well, here in Southern California, all eyes on the Awesome again. The good news is you punch your ticket to the Longines Breeders' Cup Classic. The bad news is you punch your ticket to the Longines Breeders' Cup Classic, where the ultra-talented Flightline awaits. Country Grammar would go favored. He was second to Flightline, albeit by 19 1/4 lengths in the TVG Pacific Classic. But as Bob Baffert said, hey, my horse thinks he won. Let's see if he could win again. 1 of 4 from the Baffert barn to go postward.
Slow down, Andy, the new leader at the top of the stretch. Defunded trying to battle back, and Country Grammar 3 off the pace with a furlong left to go. Defunded digging down deep, trying to turn away, slow down Andy. He's back in front, a length and a half. Country Grammar grinding away on the outside. Defunded 2-length lead close to home, and it will be Defunded under Edwin Maldonado, making every pole a winning one.
In the end, it was indeed Bob Baffert, but Defunded for longtime owners Pegram, Watson, and Whiteman under an expert ride by Edwin Maldonado. And Edwin Maldonado punching a Grade 1 victory for the very first time in his career. Defunded does have that ticket to the Longines Breeders' Cup Classic. Will that speed be good enough, Flightline? We won't know until then, but another one for Baffert going to the big dance. It was the biggest day of racing on the European continent today with the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe, one of many winning your ins for this year's Breeders' Cup. Well, we'll try and go in order, and please forgive my pronunciation. First one we'll take a look at is the Prix de l'Opéra Longines. I think I said that right. At any rate, it was a win and you're in for the Maker's Mark filly and mare turf. Mikel Barzalona had a brilliant ride to get this one home for Andre Fabre.
And it's still Nashua showing in front and is now about a length advantage. Tuesday in second. Her pace behind her is above the cut, a length and a half behind in third position. From the back of the field, Rumi and also the yellow of My Ashura coming there well inside the final furlong. Nashua leading. 2 down the outside. Place du Carousel. Look at this finish. Place du Carousel has got up late on to beat Nashua, who's just second.
Place du Carousel winning the Prix de l'Opéra and punching her ticket to the filly and mare turf for Al Shakab Racing and Bally Lynch Stud. That gets us to the Qatar Prix Marcel Boussac. I think I said that one right, too. This one a win, and you're in for the Juvenile Fillies Turf, as there was another one for trainer Charlie Head that looked sensationally talented going in.
Blue Rose Sen switched to the extreme left, that far side running rail. Kalina's fifth and just at one pace at the moment. Dandy Alice in the red jacket is still there. Look out, never-ending story. Dark blue weaving her way through, but Blue Rose Sen is 3 lengths clear as the end of the final 200 metres. Never-ending story is in pursuit, but that's all they're going to do to this Blue Rose Sen. They can pursue all they like, but they're not catching her.
It was Blue Rose Sen who got the victory for Charlie Head, and Aurélie Lemaitre with the winning ride for owners Yaguada Centurion. Moving forward into the juvenile turf division, we have the Cutter Prix Jean-Luc Lagardere. I think I got that one right. There is another one with Miguel Barcelona and André Fabre. Very potent connections today in France.
GameStop in the blue and white has come through to take it up now from Belbeck in the light blue. Chartage behind that, then comes Brave Sky, and now Belbeck in the light blue has just got to lead and goes ahead of GameStop. Brave Sky coming with those. It's just Belbeck who's won with Miguel Barcelona for Fabre.
Belbeck would get the victory there for owner N. Bizikov. André Fabre punching the ticket for this talented runner to the juvenile turf on November 4th. And then, of course, there was the big one, the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe. In many people's minds, perhaps even more prestigious than the Breeders' Cup Longchamp turf itself. But a win and you're in nonetheless on the line. It's the race that stops France, and a sensational effort from a talented mare.
Alpinista in second at the moment. The pace setter title holder beginning to struggle. Alpinista, Vaden is coming there very strongly as well. Al Kahim is with those. That is Broome there also, as Alpinista now and Luke Morris have taken it up. Al Hakim is in chase. Here's Torquedo Tasso in the yellow jacket. Vadeni is still there. They're inside the last 200 metres. Alpinista in front. Vadeni the green colours. Torquedo Tasso the yellow. They're closing on her, but she's gutsy. She's brave. She's done it. Alpinista's won it.
Alpinista franking that German form. She has been sensational and darn near unbeatable throughout her career, rattling off yet another victory, and this easily the biggest in her career for Sir Mark Prescott. Shall we see her on that first Saturday in November? We should hope so. She looks like one of the most talented turf runners in the world. And in the turf sprint division, we have the Prix de l'Abbaye de Longchamp, Longines. I think I got that one too. I'm batting 1,000 on the pronunciations. No difficulty pronouncing the winner of this one. A sensational run under Holly Doyle.
The Platinum Queen in the light blue jackets on the right of your picture from Coeur de Pierre Mosalita. White Lavender closing very strongly towards the leaders as well. The Platinum Queen has the advantage. White Lavender is the challenger. Pondos is back fifth at the moment. It's the Platinum Queen in the light blue has the advantage. White Lavender and Coeur de Pierre in second and third places. The Platinum Queen, I think she's just done it.
So it was indeed the Platinum Queen who got the victory for trainer Richard Fahey and the owners Middleham Park Racing the 15th. Another win and you're in, this one for the turf sprints, and we eagerly anticipate seeing the Platinum Queen bring that kick stateside. Out of New York, the Belmont at Aqueduct meet continued with the Grade 1 Frizette. It was the 2-year-old fillies taking center stage, vying for a spot in the NetJets Juvenile Fillies, and it was a tasty victory for Hall of Fame trainer Todd Pletcher.
It's You're My Girl and Chocolate Gelato. Chocolate Gelato has now taken the lead. You're My Girl is back running in second. Leave No Trace, looking to get off the inside, has now moved out with 1/8 of a mile to the finish. It is Chocolate Gelato in front. You're My Girl in second. Then Leave No Trace and American Rocket. The leader is Chocolate Gelato. You're My Girl trying to come back again on the inside as they come for the finish. It is Chocolate Gelato to win the Frizette.
Chocolate Gelato in the silks of Mike Rapoli's Rapoli stable was piloted to victory by Irad Ortiz Jr. An impressive victory, and she is on to Kentucky for that first Friday in November. Well, the 2-year-olds would have to go 2 turns around the turf course there at Aqueduct for the Pilgrim, trying to get into the juvenile turf. Irad Ortiz once again having a monstrous day there in New York.
I'm Very Busy, forced widest of all, but is coming on now. Major Dude challenged here by I'm Very Busy. Major Dude on the inside, and I'm Very Busy on the outside. And the 2 2-year-olds hook up. Now less than a 16th to the finish. It is Major Dude digging down. I'm very busy on the outside. A game victory by Major Dude in the Grade 2 Pilgrim.
It was Major Dude who would punch his ticket to Kentucky in the Pilgrim for the Spendthrift Farm LLC. And once again, Hall of Fame trainer Todd Pletcher. A great day of racing as Belmont at Aqueduct concluded a fantastic day of Win and You're In action. And finally, in our recap of the Breeders' Cup Challenge Series, it was the Speakeasy here at Santa Anita with a sensationally talented horse from the Bob Baffert barn. That's right. Speedboat Beach set the track record on the dirt at Del Mar in his debut, but could he win on the turf as he was trying to qualify for the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf Sprint?
They're at the top of the stretch. Speedboat Beach is up to take the lead. At the rail, Helatic in second. 4 more lengths to Mas Rapido, making a little bit of headway, but Speedboat Beach is too strong. Speedboat Beach wins the Speakeasy.
And it was all smiles in the winner's circle. Speedboat Beach outfooted early, but found the wire first for Pegram, Watson, and Whiteman. This colt by Bayern has been magical in 2 career starts, undefeated, and he will go postward in the Juvenile Turf Sprint as one of your heavy favorites on day 1 of the Breeders' Cup. And that does conclude our recap of this weekend's Breeders' Cup Challenge Series. Don't forget, next weekend we have some excellent action coming up with Fall Stars Weekend at Keeneland.
A big weekend lies ahead for the Breeders' Cup Challenge Series presented by America's Best Racing. On Friday, the Stoll Keenan Ogden Phoenix Stakes, the J.P. Morgan Jessamine Stakes, and the Darley Alcibiades will be held at Keeneland Racecourse. On Saturday, Keeneland will host the Claiborne Breeders' Futurity, the Coolmore Turf Mile, and the Thoroughbred Club of America Stakes. While the American Pharaoh, Chandelier, and Rodeo Drive will be run at Santa Anita, and the Vosburg will take place at Aqueduct. On Sunday, the Indian Summer Stakes, Juddmonte Spinster Stakes, and Castle and Key Bourbon Stakes will be run at Keeneland, and the Futurity will be contested at Aqueduct. The 2022 Breeders' Cup will be held on November 4th and 5th at Keeneland Racecourse in Lexington, Kentucky. For tickets and information, visit breederscup.com.